Hi, we're going to discuss some transformations or rigid motions today, just briefly before we get to working on some in the coordinate plane. We have four rigid motions: reflections, rotations, translations, and dilations. Reflections, rotations, and dilations are all called isometries, and that's because they preserve distance. A dilation doesn't preserve distance because it changes the size and the shape. A reflection is called an opposite isometry. And that's because after you perform a reflection on a figure, if you name the figure going clockwise ABC, after you reflect the figure to name the figure ABC again, you're going to have to read it counterclockwise. You'll see that when we actually do the coordinate graphing of the reflections. So we have reflections, rotations, and translations that are isometries because, let's go like this. I'll insert again. Those are all isometries. Which means they preserve distance. And the dilation does not preserve distance. I also want to introduce you to a term called invariant. You're going to see that in some of our homework. That means does not change. Points can be invariant. If a point is invariant under a certain rigid motion, it does not change. Just so you're familiar with that. Let's add a little color here. We have reflections, rotations, and translations are all isometries. And then we have, of course, we have the reflections, which are the opposite isometry. All right? Just a little introduction or a reminder of what you learned before in 8th grade. Hope that helps us when we go to the coordinate plane.